Welcome to Fade the Public. This is your host, Leo Herrera, on a mission to spread the truth.
Let's work. Yo, it's go time, showtime, never backing down time. One shot, yo, make it count, yo.
Today I have a very good friend of mine, Sofia Martinez.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the pod. So good to have you in here.
So happy to be part of this pod.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some good stuff today. Some Gen Z, clarity, and a few things that could be limiting our generation and how we can address them.
This is for you Gen Z's babies.
Let's do it. So let's start.
Right.
What do you think our younger generation can do to start gaining some more clarity on their life?
I mean, they can start by just plainly visualizing. Visualize what it is you want. And once you're able to clearly see that, the clarity will just naturally come.
And what do you have to say to those, for example, that don't really know what to visualize? Like, it's like, because I like to go through this, like, kind of step-by-step process that's helped me, like, about, like, how to reach my true purpose. And that's what helped me.
Yeah.
For me, it was all about just finding the things that I was curious about. Like,
or interests.
Yeah, just going out there exploring, like, random things and just, like, finding curiosities. And then after I have a list of like 10 to 15 things that I was already curious about, I was able to gather 3 that were my true passions, something that I was like, okay, I really love either learning about this or doing this.
Right.
And then from those 3 passions, I narrowed it down to like, okay, how can I combine these 3 passions to fulfill a purpose that contributes to society? And that's the key, guys.
Right.
It's contribution. So, I mean, talk us through a little bit about your experience and how you got to at least begin to have a little bit more clarity on your life.
Yeah. So, like, the way I began to have a little bit more clarity was I had an injury, but regardless of that, I took the time to just think, some alone time, and really just be one with myself and question, am I doing what I want to do? Is my future clear? Are my goals clear? Like, what is really my path? You know, questioning all those little things. And once I started to question those, I realized, shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we got to find it. And so I looked at what were my interests. My interests were, gym, working out, healthy lifestyle, improving myself every day more and more, and just becoming the best version of myself. Those were honestly my main interests. And that all came down to that, phrase of being that girl or that it girl. And so I started, it's a funny thing, but it's true. And so I started to like filter everything I was looking at, whether it be like social media or shows or YouTube, to just that. And once I started to just constantly see that as like the goals and the lifestyle I want to attain, I started to attain the lifestyle and slowly by slowly just fully immerse myself into it.
Yeah. You and me had very similar paths, where in a way, I was just like, it took me some time just by myself, where kind of life started to slow down and I started to address like my problems and kind of just like to begin to have some clarity on my life. And that to me was in college, and it all started there. But like you said, I started to filter in the information that I was receiving to just apps that were like about personal growth and just helping me understand like what life is like and try to help me find my purpose. I was just learning about things like that. I remember being in college and like not even doing like that much schoolwork and just focusing on like learning about personal growth. I'm like, I want to grow myself. I don't want to study finance. Like, this is not my thing. Like, I want to grow myself, because I know at the end of the day, like I wanted to do something with golf. And in order for me to like, reach my full potential in anything that I wanted to do, I need to understand myself first. So it was all about filtering the information you receive, for sure.
We don't take enough time to fully
we don't
understand ourselves.
Yeah, we don't. And that's my next question. It's like, where do you think we're wasting our time the most?
100% social media. 100%. Everyone is stuck on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Just way too much. Whether it be like, you need to do your homework and you got your phone right here. You can't help it. Open it up and go on TikTok for a few seconds. Next time you look away and you've been on there for an hour and you just lost a whole hour of what you were supposed to do on TikTok. And people are just, they're on it way too much. It's a distraction. Not even a healthy one though, because it's not something that's helping you. If it were like, okay, you're on TikTok, but like you're learning every single video something new, like whether it be math or whatever your interests are, it's different. But we're on this app and it's actually negatively hurting us. So we're being entertained by something that's actually not good for our mental health, which is...
No, I totally agree. And I think I can offer a perspective switch on social media, because I think it's an amazing tool that we can use to like really better ourselves. Not only like can we like filter out just to like look at information that like are positive to our life. Like for example, there's Instagram accounts there that are they're posting positive things. Like you can follow those accounts and just look at what that account is saying. Or you can just start posting stuff that is like you expressing yourself authentically.
You motivate yourself.
Exactly. You start posting stuff on social media and it motivates you to actually show up as that person. It's like, okay, if I'm gonna say it, I might as well do it. So, but the key is authenticity. And this is where comparison comes in and all of that. And I mean, we live in a world where there's a ton of people being, not who they really are.
Fake authentic, not authentic.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate because we also have to have compassion for those people as well. It's like, why do they even start to do that in the first place? Most of the times because they want this attention they never got when they grew up, and like they finally have it with these social media accounts that like, oh, I am this wonderful person on social media. It makes me feel amazing. I have so many likes. I even get paid.
Hole.
Yeah, and it fills up the hole, but it doesn't get rid of it. So, social media seems to be a distraction, and we seem to keep going down this rabbit hole of comparison. But it's also creating kind of it's kind of a bad thing to say. It's just social media, but in general, social media does it. But with self-criticism.
It's not just social media, but I guess if we need to narrow it down to one thing specific with our generation, Gen Z, it's gonna be social media.
Yeah, totally.
We can't target every single problem at once, but the main one or the one that will have the most impact would be like social media. Yeah.
So I want to talk about this inner critic a little bit and kind of understand like kind of what it is, because a lot of people obviously struggle with this. It's like, oh, I can't shut this voice up in my head. It just keeps bringing me down.
Right.
I just want you to know it's only a critic if you want it to be a critic. You have the ability to shift your thoughts to a more positive cycle if you want it. And it's just by understanding your mind. Your mind constantly wants to continue its own conversation. If you say something, it's always going to contradict it in order to continue the conversation. So the true power lies in stillness. And just being by yourself. Talk to yourself
the way you would want to talk to other people.
Talk to yourself like you're being heard by everybody. How would that change?
Not even. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to your friends. Like a lot of times, like I'll tell my friends, no, you're doing great, you're beautiful. But I'll talk negatively to myself. It's like, why am I doing that? No, talk to yourself the way you talk to people. Motivate yourself. Say, no, fuck it. I'm amazing. I'm gorgeous. I'm going to do this because I can, because I will. Don't be like, no.
People feel ashamed of like talking positively about themselves, especially to other people. They can do it to themselves, like about when they're by themselves and nobody's watching. But like, it almost seems like, oh, I don't want to come off as that guy who's like super like cocky or whatever. It's like, nah. I mean,
you gotta be cocky on some level.
Yeah, it's like we were talking about. It's like selfishness. It's like almost like you need some type of selfishness as long as it doesn't like override your ego and it's all about you. Like you need to have some type of self-love in order to spread the love, It all starts with you.
can't love other people until you love yourself.
Yeah. So what do you think are some common limiting beliefs that our generation has that seems to just like hold us back?
It's hard because there's so many. I guess that you have to do everything society tells you that is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, we believe that, okay, come out of high school, you go to college. Get out of college, you get a job. Get a job, get married. You get married, you have kids, and that's life. And that's how it's supposed to go. When everyone is different, we all have our different paths that will lead us to our goals and our purpose. It's just about realizing which one is yours and not feeling like you have to succumb to what society tells you your path is supposed to be. You know, you decide your path, not society.
And it's totally okay if you go down the path that society like produced.
Yeah.
Like if that's what you really want, like that's what drives you. Like if you want to do those things, go for it. And
100%.
as long as you actually like gave yourself the time. Honestly, I see it as like giving yourself your own respect. It's like if you actually respect yourself, you would give the time to actually, you know, like, what do I really want? Why do I want it? And do I want this because of me or do I want this because of other people?
Right. And like,
that's just respecting yourself.
Dude, and our parents have a lot to play in this where, you know, you might feel like you have to do something because your dad has been telling you to do that your whole life, or that's all you've seen, or because, I mean, around our parents, their generation is very more traditional. So we're brought up on kind of more like, this is what you do, the traditional path. And so you might feel a little bit of pressure and like, I have to do that. Like, because when my parents are telling me to do, that's what I'm being seen to do.
And from our parents' perspective, at the end of the day, like, we are their like product.
We are their product. Yeah.
And they always are going to want the best for you. And they know that a certain like status quo seems to work.
But honestly, no one's going to want the best for you more than yourself.
Exactly. But you honestly, getting to through your parents is kind of a skill.
It's the biggest obstacle.
It is. And you guys want to know how to beat this obstacle? Clarity. I'm telling you, it's how it went through me. I went to school for a year. My parents were all about school and stuff like that. And I came back from school and I was like so clear as to what I wanted. I'm like, look, I want to do this, and that because I want to do this, and that, and I want to like contribute in this type of way. And not only clarity, but action. It's like, okay, I'm showing up as the person that I want to be each and every day. And you're showing them the person that you want to be, that you are, essentially. And it's like, that's the key. It's like, you really have to shift the energy and be like, you know,
right, 100%.
This is who I am. And this is what I'm like, they have to feel your passion. And they're going to know whether you're really passionate about it or not.
You know, because it's possible that some parents aren't very open or accepting about it. You just got to remember it's me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. And that's a life thing. No one's going to believe in you more than yourself. No one's going to be more critical on you than yourself. You just have to be able to block, even if it is your parents. So you got to block out your parents or anyone, you know, that is restricting you from pursuing what you feel like is your purpose, and go for it.
And distraction plays a huge role in this because, okay, we have the purpose, we all that, but like when it actually comes down to the nitty gritty and we have to take action, distraction plays a huge role. It's like, okay, how can we start to narrow our focus to the tasks that actually matter and stop wasting time doing things that don't provide value for the vision we have been visualizing?
Right. And distractions can be whether, you know, a phone, something physical, or even like people. People can be a distraction.
Yeah,
friends can be a distraction. You know, friends can be toxic, and people don't emphasize that enough. And if you have to make a pros and cons list, make a pros and cons
list. But sometimes, honestly, people know, like, this guy's toxic, but I'm bored, so I'm just going to chill with him. So the root cause of distraction is boredom. And I truly believe that, like, if we address the issue of boredom, like, what even is boredom? Boredom is simply just being like with your mind
Mm-hmm.
and expecting to do something, doing nothing but expecting that, oh wait, I have to do something.
We have too many expectations.
Yeah,
Stop
no,
expecting.
yeah, exactly.
Just-
We just think we're human doings instead of human beings. Like,
I love that human doings.
we're not human doings. We're human beings.
Beings. We gotta be.
Literally be.
Just
So it's-
live. Exist.
yeah, until we realize that doing nothing is a skill that like can be mastered and has a lot of value to it. It's like
Mhm. Yeah.
that's when we start to limit the distractions and start to direct our minds in more like of the way that we want to do it, you know, like the
Yeah.
way that we're envisioning it. So right now we're definitely going through a pretty big paradigm shift from what I believe is the love of power to the power of love. Because I mean, over the
Love
last
is love. We love love.
and we do,
We
but
love on this podcast.
but we've been loving power for a long time, and as a race, and it's been I truly believe it's changing, and
Mhm.
I'm willing to make this change accelerate because it's all about collaboration. It's all about like, you know, contributing in a way that you leave this planet a better place that you left it, because we're all truly connected to each other. So it's like this illusion of power is just you're just stepping on yourself in a way. It's like you feel good about stepping on other people, but other people is just like
Yeah.
an extension of you. Like learning how to love is the first
Dude,
step that
you
like
just-
people just need to like
You just reminded me
understand.
of something. I was watching this show, and they were talking about how, you know, man starts off with land, and as time goes on, man conquers land and wants to steal land from other people. And what do? We kill and we fight other people for land. But at the end of the day, man dies and man becomes soil and becomes land. So all that is left is land. So what are we really killing and fighting ourselves for?
Power.
Power.
Yeah.
Power, because we want to conquer certain lands. But it's not until we realize the whole in the society that that's not it. We need to work together, and we need to, you know, take away that desire of just pure control and power. And instead of looking at it as,
Competition, yeah.
yeah, we're never going to evolve.
Totally. I mean, like the way our you know, the industries, the biggest industries in the world, it's all about competition. They're
Mhm.
trying to do the same thing, just better than
Right. Imagine
than-
if those companies work together instead of competing.
Exactly. I mean, that's the new paradigm that I'm willing to stand for, and I know you're willing to stand for, and because we're leaders. That's what
We aspire to inspire. That's why.
exactly. Aspire to inspire.
We're not trying to control you.
And yeah, and that leads me to my next question, which is about leadership.
Yeah.
And like to me, leadership is all about sparking the leadership in others. If you are a good leader when you are able to see the leadership in others,
Mhm.
instead of you trying to feel like you're superior to others. So from the feminine aspect, what would you have to say that the most women have to value in order to become great leaders? Because it seems like to me that the majority of them have been feeling this lack of like worthiness to step up to the plate.
Right.
What do you
Yeah.
think is the cause of that?
I mean, there's a lot of causes to it, but if I would have to say the main one is you feel like in order to be at the top of the plate, you need to change yourself in the sense that you need to be more of a, I guess, bitchy attitude and strong-minded and kind of stone cold to be a leader. So you need to change yourself in order to obtain that leadership position. And a lot of women don't want to do that. And why would you want to change yourself? And so then they have this fear of like, I'll just stick with what I have right now and deal with it instead of like altering myself in order to obtain, you know, that leadership position. Because a lot of men, especially in the workplace, will walk over women that are seen as too nice or, you know, caring. You know, women are natural carers. You know, that's why we breed kids. we're just caring people.
Yeah.
We
Literally.
know it's a thing. Like if you
Yeah.
asked me for help, I would naturally just like give it. And so a lot of times it feels like you have to change that aspect of who you are in order to be a leader, because if you are like that, they're not going to take you seriously as a leader. They're going to walk all over you.
Yeah.
But it's about just, trusting yourself and your intuition and not caring about whether they think I'm too nice or whatever, and just doing what you want. God damn, I've said whatever a lot. Sorry, guys. And just doing it and having a full tunnel vision of what you want and not caring about what other people.
Yeah, totally. And I always feel like it's going to be something that is going to keep recurring, but men are always going to feel like more powerful than women.
Yeah.
First of all, on a physical level, and that stimulates them on a mental level to be like, this chick's got nothing on me,
Yeah, we just have to fix the mindset, honestly, of men being able to see women as equal. And I feel like that's, they will say it, but...
Yeah, but I don't think that's the right approach, because the reason I think that is because, like, trying to fix other people in order for you to show up can't be a solution. Like, the solution has to be, how can I play this chess game smarter than the men are doing it? Like, how can a woman, like, show up as a leader in a way that, doesn't matter how men think. I'm doing this, like, way better in a way that's, like, I mean, and I believe the way that you guys can be, like, start doing this is by embracing this, like, this care that you guys have. This, like, your values, like, your feminine aspect should be embraced to a level where you build such a strong community around you that it's like a force field. Like, it's like, that's what I believe. And that's what I've been seeing with, like, successful women entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
They're just like, they're honestly the best, because they're super caring and like loving, but like they're like selling $100 million businesses, like like they're ballers, and it's so cool to see it, because all they're doing, like, they're still genuine women. They're not trying to hide themselves. In fact, they're actually being super authentic.
Yeah.
And that's the key, like you said, being really authentic to yourself, trusting your vision, and just like going for it, but building that community, because that's what women I feel like are really good at, like building a strong, like, supportive group.
Supportive group, yeah.
Yeah, instead men are very like individual, like, I can do this myself, like, I'm about to like,
you get
jump on kids.
You put into escape room a group of women and a group of men. The group of men are going to compete with each other to see who can get what clue first, while the group of women are going to work together as one to, as a whole, escape. And that is a mere fact.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Because
why I said that. Yeah.
The male mentality is competition, is to get, and it's been going on for years.
Yeah.
It's just the mentality of, I need to be better than this person. I need to have more. And like the woman mentality is more like, take care of everyone, whatever. And it's just about having a good combination of both.
Yeah. And back to like the paradigm shift that I was telling you about, from like the love of power to the power of love. The love of power is masculine and the power of love is feminine. And I'm not saying, yo, guys, we're done, because we're not. It's about like, also, because we each have like feminine and masculine energies within ourselves. Like, you're masculine and feminine, and I'm masculine and feminine. Like,
right.
It's about like embracing.
So a biological thing.
Yeah, it is. Like, it's about embracing like both aspects of yourself, because when you dim one down, let's say you dim your feminine aspect, power is going to be like the only thing you're thinking about.
Yeah.
You don't care about, because men actually like for me, I feel like I still embrace like the competitive aspect of it, or like at least like that I feel like for me it's more of like the drive, like the, I don't know, the ambition.
That song from The Rock, it's like, it's about power, it's about drive, it's about, you know what I'm talking about?
No, but I literally just what I said.
Oh my god, we need to take a quick break. I need to play this because it is impossible for you not to know this. But everyone gets a gist. If you don't know it, go listen to the Rock song. Just look it up. It's about drive, it's about power, and listen to it. Trust me, if you're at the gym or whatever you're doing, it will motivate the fuck out of you.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Because it's about power, it's about drive. and whatever it does.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, back to what I was saying.
Back to the podcast.
Back to the action.
Right. Yeah.
It is about like for me, I love embracing that drive, that motivation, all that ambition or anything. But
yeah.
I know that if I can combine that strong masculine energy and include that my own feminine energy, and also like showing that love, it's really just love. It's care.
All about love.
It's care. It's like collaboration. It's about giving. Like the more you give, the more you receive. And you don't give to receive. You just give to give. Like you give to give. Like that's it. Like
don't expect nothing in return.
Nothing.
That's the worst mistake you can make in anything. Just do it to do it. Don't do it to expect something.
Well, do it because like you care.
Well, yeah, do it because you care.
Yeah, it's like literally like it's the care that's huge.
It's like a gift. If I gift you something, I shouldn't expect you to give me something back.
Exactly.
I should just give it to you because I want to give it to you because I want you to have it.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about. It's about embracing our masculine and feminine energies and showing up as the leader that honestly has both, because women are not going to be able to do it with just their women qualities. They also need that ambition, that drive. Right. And men can't do it. I mean, they can do it with power and all that. And that's what's kind of disrupting our world right now. It's like there's too much need for power. And it's like, okay, how can we use this power and like start to share, like instead of getting that 1% that's just making a ton of money and then leave the 99% just broke. Like it's about like being powerful by giving, by serving, by helping the whole planet live abundantly, because we live in an abundant world. Like it's amazing. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Sophie, for being on this podcast today.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate your presence, and I hope the younger generation, the Gen Zs, learned a lot, and also everybody else watching this. And stay tuned for some further videos to learn some more.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate every one of you guys for staying until the end of this video. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a like, and follow me on Instagram at @fadethepublic_pod. I'll see you in the next one.